Now, how we balance personal freedom and protecting people's Second Amendment rights with protecting, making sure that people with persistent mental illness problems don't end up with significant access to firearms, that's the $64,000 question, right? I don't want to abrogate most Second Amendment rights. I don't. You know, for better or for worse, that's what our Constitution sort of says. But I'm not going to go into a whole big detail about that. That's a different conversation. I know, you can shake your head all you want, Doug. You grew up in a different world. And for better or for worse.
A peaceful one where even our cops aren't harmed.
I know that. I know that, and you know that.
And yet I get 5 or 6 emails a day, and you probably get 12 because you have twice as many people. Don't expand a form email comes. Don't expand background check.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how those things. I'm not sure. I don't think we are actually talking about expanding background check, so I'd be happy to do that.
I think we are, actually.
We'll see. But I mean, it would seem to me that responsible gun owners would want background checks. They want people with mental illness. They want people that are involved in domestic.
Well, as she said, that.
Let me just say one other thing about that, because the only problem is that background checks only help if we have the right mechanisms for getting people with significant mental health issues in. And one of the things that our society has agreed upon up till now is that unless you're civilly committed or you have laws that say that those of us who are health professionals have to report somebody who they think is at risk without a Tarasoff situation, where we think they're at imminent risk of harming somebody, there's no way to get them into the background check system.
If somebody has a court order,
right? If somebody has, right,
because of emotional problems,
right?
Absolutely,
absolutely.
It just seems to me to be.
Yeah. Well, and that goes back to what was discussed a few minutes ago. There's so many people who would still pass a background check because like the shooter in Arizona a few years ago.
The background check problem is a very complex problem. I don't think that means we shouldn't increase background checks. I do think we should, because at the very least, it's a way to keep them out of the hands of some criminals.
Maybe it's unenforceable, though. Have you been paying attention to what's happening in Washington?
Wait, maybe. I don't want to get too far afield here, but
I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Well, it's obviously a hot issue, so
it is a hot issue.
I get an email from Eastern Oregon instructing me, and it's silly to me. We delete them without looking at them because it's the same form letter that comes from Myrtle Creek and wherever else it comes from.
Okay, let's change it. Doug, your turn.
Yeah, it's